Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. It's Friday, September 1st. I just wanted to put together a video update for this week, talk a little bit about last week and then some important things in the class. Um, First, let's see, got your discussions from last week. One of the things I enjoy so much about teaching this course is that we have students enroll not just from all different areas in the College of Education, but from different areas in the university as well. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy teaching about this class, and I hope you find that enjoyable too, because it makes the classroom discussions so much more interesting because of the diversity of students and backgrounds. Wanted to talk about the discussion board. Just to make clear, the discussions are due at the end of Sunday, midnight Sundays. I've tried to eliminate any past references to them being due on Fridays. When I developed this course, or well, updated it several years ago, one of the things we were encouraged to do was put information in multiple places so it'd be really visible. The only problem with that is when we change something, we have to change it in multiple places, and that can get kind of confusing because as much as I've tried, I still, apparently there's still something out there that's on the website referring to discussions on Friday. Just to be clear, discussions are due midnight on Sundays. But if you see something like that that isn't consistent with the syllabus, please let me know. Please let me know where it is so I can go into Blackboard and change that, eliminate confusion for you and also for future classes. So please don't be shy about letting me know about those things. Talking about the course in general, we cover a wide variety of space. If you're thinking of a qualitatively based dissertation, you would probably want to take more coursework than this one. But it provides you with a good foundational knowledge base. On the other hand, if you aren't really going to pursue qualitative research, but you want to be a good consumer of qualitative research, understand it. This will be a good place. We will prepare you to be not just good readers, but good evaluators of qualitative research, good consumers of research as well. One of the things you're probably wondering, what is Thornton Wilder and the Bridge of San Luis Rey doing in this class? I'm glad you asked. Thornton Wilder was an American writer, considered one of the best American writers in the 20th century, early mid-20th century. The Bridge of San Luis Rey is pretty much fiction, based on just a little bit of fact, but mostly fiction. When he submitted it to his publisher, the publisher was a little disappointed because he probably noticed it's not a very thick book. I think the publisher was expecting something much more substantive, but no less a great work. One of the reasons we read this, and there are more than one, is to help you find connections outside of the classroom with things that go on in the world around us, so that you understand all these things we talk about in the classroom, socially constructed nature of meaning, how we make meaning, how we interpret the world. Doesn't exist just in the classroom. These are things we experience and live with every day of our lives, every moment of our lives. So it helps you understand that what we talk about in the classroom really has real-world applications in more than just your careers as scholars. And if you can begin to think that way, understand the world that way, then when it comes time for you to really become professional social science researchers, write a dissertation, it won't be very difficult for you to mentally shift gears into that mode because you already have been looking at the world that way, hopefully for quite a while. Apologize. I never had allergies until I moved to Texas. Now I have them all the time. At any rate, second reason we read it As you begin to read the book, you'll notice there are a lot of qualitative themes underlying the book. Not to give too much away, but it's based on the idea of a monk named Brother Juniper in, I think, 16th century Peru, witnessing 5 people fall to their deaths from a rope bridge over a large chasm with a small river below. The bridge is known as the Bridge of San Luis Rey. That's the title. Brother Juniper becomes intrigued with what these 5 people, very different lives, would have in common to bring them at that one point and share the same common fate. And he wants to look into their lives, try and understand what was it that brought them there. What kind of commonalities or themes? So he begins looking into their lives. Not going to give too much away, but as you begin to read it, you'll find a lot of things similar, qualitative research. So this is an opportunity for you to understand how what we talk about in the classroom exists out in the real world, but also really one of the great, it's considered a great American classic. Anyway, so I checked a couple times every week. If you want to reach me, easiest way is through my office phone or office email. When you submit assignments, drafts of your papers, etc., please send them directly to my office email, lee.doomer@ttu.edu. Reason for that, and this happened some years ago, it may have been before a lot of you were here, at least in a graduate program. We had a Blackboard crash one summer for about 10 days. And 10 days during a summer session is really 1/4 of a compressed session. That's a lot of time. Major disruption. Discussions are one thing. We've got to go through Blackboard for discussions, and it's a pretty good format, pretty good platform for that. But if you're sending something important, an assignment, a draft, I do not encourage you sending them through Blackboard. Please don't send them through Blackboard. Send them directly to my email as a Microsoft Word attachment. Reason for that is if something were to go wrong with the program, Blackboard, and it crashed, I wouldn't be able to access any of your drafts or your final papers, etc. And that would be, to put it mildly, chaotic. So I recommend using Office email. It's much more reliable. It's easier for me to get to. I can just go one step to get there rather than going several steps through Blackboard, etc. But it's much more reliable, and we don't have to worry about that going down. Far less chance of something happening there. So it's just makes it easier and safer for all of us. If you have any questions, like I said, please reach out to me. Please don't think that you are all encumbering me or imposing on me by asking a question. That's what I'm here for. So if you have a question about anything, please let me know. Phone, email. If you're at a distance, we can talk over the phone or do a Skype session. Those are fine if you live nearby. Certainly meet on campus. When I do that, I prefer going out for coffee over at the Student Union. I find that much more relaxing, more conversational than sitting in the office. And it gives me a chance to actually meet people. I've been teaching online mostly for the last 10 years, and I miss having that direct face-to-face contact with students. So please do not think that you're imposing on me by asking for some time. Talk about anything related here. So is that going to add? Yes. If you have a question, reach out to me as soon as possible. I'm here and I'm glad to help. And like I said, I miss having that kind of direct contact with students. It's one of the reasons I got into this. I love teaching. I just don't get to do as much face-to-face as I used to. So that's where we are for now. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me. Have a good week. I'll try and put one of these videos up almost every week. There may be some weeks where I'm tied up in meetings and don't have time to do a video, but I'm going to try and do one of these every week. Just to talk about discussion from the past week, any important things, and sometimes connections from what we talk about in the real world, given the fact that we're going into an election cycle. Qualitative research is really a great lens to try and understand the political landscape. How people can come up with wildly different interpretations of the same event. At any rate, my office hours. I'm still been working from home mostly, but don't think that you're tied to the office hours if you want to meet or talk or visit. My schedule is largely open, so I'm glad to meet with you outside of office hours. I can accommodate your schedule pretty easily. So, have a good weekend, everyone. Enjoy your extended weekend, and I will be in touch. Bye for now.